support no bail say this is finally a fair system. But I can tell you, after speaking with people in law enforcement, many call it the degradation of crime.
Starting at midnight tonight, the Sheriff's Department will no longer detain people for crimes such as theft, shoplifting, drug use, vandalism, battery, and a whole host of other non-serious, non-violent crimes that affect the quality of life of people here in Los Angeles County.
LA Deputy DA John McKinney explains that due to Judge Lawrence Riff's ruling, many people arrested will be released immediately without having to pay bail before their arraignment.
Judge Riff made the point of saying that he implored California officials like the sheriff, the chief of police, the district attorney, the city attorney. He implored them to testify, to explain why he shouldn't issue this order, and he was surprised when no one stood up to challenge it.
No one challenged it. Not LAPD Chief Michael Moore, LA County Sheriff Robert Luna, or District Attorney George Gascon.
This system is not defensible. There is no evidence to suggest that money bail does any good.
Civil rights attorney Salil Dudani applauds Judge Riff's ruling and says the current cash bail system is unconstitutional and unfair.
The current system is not based on whether you're dangerous, on whether you're a flight risk, on whether there's really any need at all for you to be in jail. It's just based on how much money you can pay. That's not fair. It makes no sense.
Would you have challenged it?
I would have challenged it for sure.
Former Sheriff Alex Villanueva believes it's a mistake that no one opposed the ruling, but he says with the current leadership, he's not surprised.
And the biggest impact actually is not going to be on the Sheriff's Department at LAPD. It's going to be on the other 45 municipalities that have their own police departments, because now they carry the burden of having to deliver their own inmates to court until the arraignment before they can go into the custody of the sheriff. That's going to be the biggest impact.
Under this new bail system, there are no second chances. If a person violates the bail schedule, they're put back on a cash bail system. From West Hollywood, I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
As of January 1st, 2023, the following things will go into effect, and people need to be aware of this. It abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. This includes, but isn't limited to, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They could almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses and homeowners. Officers will no longer be able to remove trespassers from your residence or your businesses. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket. You have to decide what level of force is required to remove them and whether or not it's legal.